I'm an angry person. Eating Disorders Among Teens by Emma Pinky and Michaela Martin.
Statistics: 8 million people in the U.S. suffer from eating disorders. 36% of adolescent girls, more than 1 out of every 3, believe they were overweight, while 59% were trying to lose weight. More than 90% of people with an eating disorder are girls. Teenage boys, though, also have body image concerns. Many boys strive for the perfect body by dieting or by doing compulsive exercise.
From the 8 million, 7 million are women and 1 million are men. People those suffering from eating disorders are the highest of any mental illness.
Most common eating disorders are anorexia, a condition in which a child refuses to eat adequate calories out of an intense or irrational fear of becoming fat. Bulimia, a condition in which a child grossly overeats, binging, and then purges the food by vomiting or using laxatives to prevent weight gain. Binge eating, a condition in which a child may gorge rapidly on food but without purging.
People get these problems because they have such a negative view on themselves, and that leads to really low self-esteem. When they develop problems, they usually never recover.
How eating disorders develop. Eating disorders typically develop during adolescence or early adulthood. However, they can start in childhood too. Females are much more vulnerable. Only an estimated 5% to 15% of people with anorexia or bulimia are male. With binge eating, the number rises to 35% male.
People with anorexia have a real fear of weight gain and a distorted view of their body size and shape. As a result, they eat very little and can become dangerously underweight. Many teens with anorexia restrict their food intake by dieting, fasting, or excessive exercise. They hardly eat at all, and the small amount of food they do eat becomes an obsession in terms of calorie counting or trying to eat as little as possible.
What can cause eating disorders? Doctors aren't certain what can cause eating disorders. They suspect a combination of biological, behavioral, and social factors. For instance, young people may be influenced by cultural images that favor bodies too underweight to be healthy. Also, many children and teens with eating disorders struggle with one or more of the following problems: distress, fear of becoming overweight, feelings of helplessness, or low self-esteem.
Bulimia is similar to anorexia. With bulimia, people might binge eat to excess, and then try to compensate in extreme ways, such as making themselves throw up or exercising all the time to prevent weight gain. Over time, these steps can be dangerous, both physically and emotionally. They can also lead to compulsive behavior, ones that are hard to stop.
Eating disorders are so common in America that 1 or 2 out of every 100 students will struggle with one each year. Thousands of teens develop eating disorders or problems with weight, eating, or body image.
Teens with anorexia or bulimia often feel intense fear of being fat or think that they're fat when they're not. Those with extreme anorexia may weigh food before eating it or compulsively count the calories of everything. People to whom this seems normal or cool or wish that others would just leave them alone so they can just diet and be thin might have a serious problem.
To cope with these issues, children and teens may adopt harmful eating habits. In fact, eating disorders often go hand in hand with other psychiatric problems such as the following: anxiety disorders, depression, or substance abuse.
The media portrays really negative body image, so people get the wrong idea of what to look like. In Hollywood, I'm obese. I'm considered a fat actress. I eat like a caveman. I'll be the only actress that doesn't have anorexia rumors. I'm never going to starve myself for a part. I'm invincible. I don't want little girls to be like, oh, I want to look like Katniss, so I'm going to skip dinner.